Good morning, class. Uh, Myself again, Professor D. Banerjee. So I have completed 4 class with you, and I have given 2 sums as a homework in my previous class. So today is your 5th class of compound interest. I will solve first the previous day homework, and then I will move on to today's sum. And definitely after finishing today's sum, I will again provide you the next day's homework. So I think as I have explained you the previous day's sum, I think most of you have understood it. And first and foremost important thing is that today we will solve the previous day sum which I have given you the homework. So the previous day sums were homework as I have given example number 6 and example number 8. Okay, so 6, I'll start with 6. What is it says? A man wants to get rupees 6050 from a bank after 2 years. Means he wants rupees 6050 from a bank which he has deposited rupees 6050, and he after 2 years he wants rupees 6050 from the bank. Okay, if the bank gives 10% compound interest per annum, find the amount of money he has to keep it now in the bank. Means the bank is giving him suppose 10% compound interest per annum. Now how much money he has to keep in the bank? Means after 2 years he is getting 6050, fine enough, but now how much money he has to keep in the bank so that he can get 6050 rupees at the end of 2 years at a 10% rate of interest compounded annually. So how I can do that? So first of all, sum number 6 was the homework. I'm doing it. So we don't know the amount P. So we have to consider P. Let the man has to keep rupees P in the bank. He has to keep rupees P in the bank. So given is given, what is given? A is given rupees 6050. R is given 10%, and number of years is 2, means N is equal to 2 years. So how you can do it? Therefore A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power N, or P into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 2, or P 110 by 100 whole to the power 2, or what you can do, P 11 by 10 whole to the power 2. And what is the amount A is given? 6050. A is given 6050. Now you can easily compute that how the P can be calculated, or 6050 is equal to P into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10. Therefore P is equal to 6050, just cross multiply it, into 10 divided by 11 into 11. If you calculate it, you will get P as 5000. Means he has to keep rupees 5000 now to get rupees 6050 after 2 years in a bank. He has to keep rupees 5000 now to get rupees 6050 after 2 years in the bank. So I think this is clear. I think this is clear to you. If it is clear, then I'll move on to my next homework sum. which is given sum number 8, but it states that a sum of rupees 5,000 is deposited in a bank for 3 years. Means the bank has deposited rupees 5,000 for 3 years. The compound interest rate for the first 2 years are different, 10% and 12%. Find the amount at the end of third year and the interest earned in the third year. You have to calculate the amount at the end of third year and the amount of interest you are earning in the third year. You have to calculate that. How you can calculate? Okay, I am doing in the later portion. I think this is also visible to you. I'll do that in the later portion. Okay, see the amount of the second year. How you can calculate? Number 8, the amount at the end of second year. At the end of second year, A1. Why A1? Because two rates are different, 10% and 12%. So two rates are different. P1 is given, means P is given 5,000, but I am putting first the formula A1 is equal to P into 1 plus R1 by 100 whole to the power N1, which is 5,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 2 is equal to, what is the amount? 5,000 into 11 by 10 whole square. If you calculate it, if you make LCM, you will get 100 plus 10 means 110 by 100. 110 by 100 means 11 by 10, like the previous one. Same, 11 by 10 whole square. If you calculate that 5,000 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10, you will get rupees 6050. Okay, this is amount at the end of the second year. Now what will be the amount at the end of the third year? The amount at the end of third year, the amount at the end of third year, A2 is equal to P into 1 plus R2 by 100 whole to the power N2 is equal to at the end of third year means including the first year, including the second year as well as the third year. So here the rates are different, so you cannot put this formula. You have to do it like the previous one. A2 is equal to P into 1 plus R1 by 100 whole to the power N1 into 1 plus R2 by 100 whole to the power N2. Okay, so sorry. So if you put that, you can easily calculate 5,000 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power N1 means 2. N1 means 2, and 1 plus R2 whole to the power 100 means 1 plus R2 is 12 by 100. Okay. If you calculate that, this totally is 6050. You have calculated. This 5,000 into 1 by 10 by 100 means 5,000 into 11 by 10. You can write that also again. 11 by 10 whole square, and this will be 112 by 100. This is 6050. 112 into 100, if you divide it by 4, you will get 27 by 25. 28, sorry, 112 is 28, 28 by 25. So if you multiply that, if you cut that, you will get rupees 6776. That is the amount at the end of the third year. But it has also said that find the amount at the end of third year and the interest earned in the third year. What will be the interest earned in the third year? Therefore, the interest earned in the third year is equal to A2 minus A1 means 6776 minus 6050. 6776 minus 6050, it will get the rupees as 726. This is also the answer. You have two questions. Find the amount at the end of third year. The amount at the end of third year is this one, and the interest on at the end of third year is 726. This one. I think these two sums are the homework, and I think these two are clear. Now today I'll start with the fresh sums, which is sum number 9 in the example. What it says that a person took a loan of rupees 12,500 for 2.5 years at 8% compound interest compounded annually. Means he took loan of 12,500. The period is 2.5 years, but at the rate of interest is 8% per annum. The rate of interest is 8% per annum. How much he had to repay after 2.5 years? Means how much amount he has to repay after 2.5 years to get the amount as directed properly. So here again the rate of interest is provided in the sum, the rate of interest is provided, the amount is provided, the time is provided, and you need to calculate it. How you will have to calculate? That is the main thing. How you will have to calculate it. Okay? Okay? Now I will do that. So, this is 9. Amount at the end of 2 years is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. R by 100 whole to the power n. 12,500 is equal to P into, means this is P. A is 12,000, A is equal to 12,500, 1 plus 8 by 100, 8%, 2 years means 2, is equal to 12,500, 108 by 100 is equal to 12,500 into 27 by 25 into 27 by 25. You will get the amount as 14,580. Okay? Because 2.5 years, you cannot calculate 2.5 years directly. It will be difficult for calculating 2.5 years directly. So first I will calculate 2 years, then I will calculate the half years separately. Because these 2 years you can easily compound it in an annual basis, in a normal compound interest rate basis. But in the half year, you have to calculate in a simple interest basis, the simple interest formula basis. Last half years the person has to pay interest. The person has to pay interest on rupees 14,580 at the rate 8%. Obviously per annum. Therefore, interest is equal to, for half year obviously, PRP by 100 is equal to 14,580 into R is 8. Half year means you can write half or you can write 0.50. It will be easier for you to calculate. Into 100 divided by 100, you will get rupees 583.20. So, therefore, how much he has to repay after 2.5 years? He has to repay totally after 2.5 years is equal to 14,580 plus 583.20. You will get the rupees as 15,163.20. This is the answer. This is the answer. What we are looking at. Okay. So this is one of the sum for today, and the next sum I'll do it today also, which is sum number 10 or example 10. What it says that find the compound interest on 10,000. Find the compound interest on 10,000 for 2 years if the interest is reckoned half yearly. It means interest is calculated half yearly. What will be the compound interest for 2 years of rupees 10,000? Given that the annual rate of interest for the first year is 10% and for the second year is 8%. The first year annual interest rate is 10% and the second year the annual interest rate is 8%. So I can do it in the data part. This is sum number 10. For first year, I am marking it. P is equal to rupees 10,000. R is equal to how much percentage? 10%. And N is equal to how many years? It's 1 year, obviously. Because 2 years, one is 10%, another one is 8%. So you can easily calculate. Therefore, A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 2 by 100, because half yearly 2n in whole to the power 2n. So P is given 10,000 into 1 plus 10 by 2. R is 10%, 10 by 2 means 5. 5 by 100 whole to the power 2 into half year means 1 by 2. You deduct, it will be 1. Two into n, sorry, 2 into n. 2n is 2 into 1 means 2. Okay. Here is 1 year, sorry. Here is 1 year, rate is 10%, it is divided by 2, means 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 10,000, 105 by 100 whole to the power 2, 10,000 into 20, 5 divided by 5, and this is 21 by 20. 21 by 20 whole square, 10,000 into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20, you will get the amount as 11,025. Okay, now coming for the second year. For second year. This is very interesting. The rate changes from the second year. The rate changes from the second year. So for the second year, P is equal to rupees now becomes 11,025. Becomes this. Rate is 8%. N is 1 year again. So therefore A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 2 by 100 whole to the power 2n is equal to 11,025. 1 plus R by 2 means 8 by 2 means 4 by 100 whole to the power 2 into 1 is equal to 11,025. 104 by 100 2 is equal to 11,025 to divided by 4, you will get 26 by 25 and you will get 11,924.64. Okay, this is for the second year. Now what will be the compound interest? Therefore required compound interest is equal to, if you deduct this 2, you will get 11,924.64 minus 11,025. You will get 1,924.64. This is also the answer. I think both this sum, this is the today's sum as well as the previous day's homework I have covered. Now I'll move on to giving you few homeworks which I'll be providing you. This is actually the 5th class of my compound interest. So I'll give you the homework. Thank you for your patient watching.